I assume Rodgers is going to make a decision over the weekend. I mean, wouldn't you think? Or what are you hearing about what's going on?
I don't know. Is there going to be another darkened burrow retreat for Aaron Rodgers to
I
make
don't know,
the final
man.
decision? It's obvious the Jets want him.
Yeah.
And it's obvious the Packers don't. That's kind of the one big takeaway that's been glossed over in all of this. On Monday, when the reports first started to surface that he had spoken with the Jets, we had all skipped over the fairly significant news that the Packers had given the Jets permission to speak to him, because it was 2 years ago, right before the draft, that the 49ers called the Packers and said, hey, you interested in trading Aaron Rodgers? And they laughed and hung up the phone. So now we've got the Packers crossing that bridge, and it's basically a Rubicon. They've crossed that river, and I don't think there's any going back for the Packers, for Rodgers, or for the Jets. I think they all have to get it done at this point. I don't think there's a plan B for any of them that makes sense once we've gotten this far down the road, unless Rodgers just says, going through this process has helped me come to the conclusion that it's time for me to retire.
Well, there's no plan B for Rodgers as another team. Is it possible that that's what the holdup may be, that there is a third team here that intrigues Rodgers? We all obviously point to the Raiders because Devontae Adams is there, the Titans because, you know, Rodgers is apparently building a house in Nashville. So what do you got for me on that?
Well, they are
front?
decriminalizing magic mushrooms in Nevada,
Look at
which
you,
would be
man.
a drawing card for the Raiders, right? But I feel like the Packers want to have this on their own terms like they did with Favre 15 years ago, where they wanted to steer him not just out of the division but out of the conference if they could. And I wonder if there is some other team that we don't know about that Rodgers would like to play for. I wonder if the Packers are resisting, and I wonder how dirty Rodgers wants to make his hands to get to where he wants to go. Because one of the things I've floated is he could always do exactly what Favre did in 2008. Retire now and then show up later. And all of a sudden that $59 million salary lands on their books, and they better decide what to do quickly. In 2008, the Packers had the cap space to carry Brett Favre's $12 million. I doubt they're going to have $60 million in cap space laying around, and they're not going to want to exercise their right to convert $58 million into an option bonus because then they owe him $58 million. So if they are being difficult with him, it may take that for him to get what he really wants. But then the question is, how big of a villain does he want to be? You know, a few years ago, this was a guy that never wanted anyone to be upset with him. He's taken the heel turn, and he's embraced the 30% love me, 30% hate me, and 40% don't care reality that many seem to love now. So I don't know how much of a fight he wants to put up. But I think, Rich, that if there is somebody else out there, specifically an NFC team, that he wants, and maybe the Packers don't want to send him there, that could be a reason for some of this perceived delay. And it is a delay. I mean, we need to know what's going on. The Packers need to know what's going on. The Jets need to know what's going on. Although for the Jets, what else are they going to do at this point? Derek Carr is off the table. Jimmy Garoppolo, good luck selling that to a Jets fan. I mean, Rich, you're a Jets fan. How do they sell that? Well, you know, we got you all juiced up about Aaron Rodgers for the last 2 weeks. May we offer you a nice Jimmy Garoppolo instead?
Well, he's handsome. That's number one. But in all seriousness, no. I mean, if Jimmy Garoppolo winds up being the starting quarterback for the Jets this year, I think that's sellable as long as Rodgers is retired or stayed in Green Bay. If Rodgers goes somewhere else, thus spurning whatever the Jets flew out to Malibu to offer, that one's tough. And then, of course, though, they do have some warriors, and I use that term, you know, I don't use it lightly, in Sauce and Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall, these young Turks, it would be really weird for Rodgers to say he doesn't want to play with them unless he just wants to play with Adams. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.